Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy iKingSnell here. I'm just gonna talk to you about what's on my mind, because I don't have a video. I really don't. I'm gonna start uploading videos more regularly on the channel, you know what I mean? And people say follow your niche on YouTube, but I ain't really got a niche because I like a lot of different things. So I understand y'all like a lot of different things. So when you look at my channel and you see like what I post, it's whatever I'm feeling, you know what I mean? I'm sure I'm more of a gaming channel, you know what I mean? But I kind of want to break away from gaming. I don't know though, you know what I mean? I got something on my mind. You know what's on my mind? If you look at Bleach, the anime, and then you look at Dragon Ball Super, the anime, both animes were gone for around 10 years. You know what I mean? Both of them were gone around 10 years. Bleach was gone for 10 years and they came back with 1,000-Year Blood War, and it looks crazy. It looks amazing. Dragon Ball was gone. Last thing they had was GT, you know what I mean? A couple OVAs, a couple like specials here and there, but it was gone also. And then Dragon Ball comes back and we get this animation style. Dragon Ball Super was not necessarily a seasonal anime. Like it's a weekly type of thing, and they keep on showing episodes back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? And like, who makes the same people that draw and anime Dragon Ball or whatever are the same people that make One Piece and everything like that. And One Piece right now looks amazing, bro. But the problem with having like non-seasonal animes, I feel like, is like certain episodes just people dogpile on, you know what I mean? Like when Dragon Ball Super came back, it shouldn't have looked like that for the first couple episodes. If you look at the first episode of Dragon Ball Super and then you parallel it with the first episode of Bleach, both been gone for a long periods of time. I know they're animated by different people, but why is it that when you look at Dragon Ball Super's first episode, it looks like ass? Also, they're recapping of a movie that already looks great. You know what I mean? They're already recapping from a movie that already looks good. Why recap that in the first place? We got a movie for a reason. Now, Bleach. When Bleach came back, it looked crazy. They made you feel hyped for it. You know what I mean? I can't remember, like, it's been like 10 years now since like Dragon Ball Super like hit, right? Or since it was announced. Not necessarily Dragon Ball Super, but Battle of Gods. It's been like 10 years now since Battle of Gods hit, right? Close to 10 years, I think. But dang, that's crazy though. It's been like 10 years since Battle of Gods. But it's like, whenever Battle of Gods hit, like I can't remember the hype around it, you know what I mean? I can't remember the hype, but when Bleach hit, I remember the hype, bro. The hype for Bleach was insane. But like Dragon Ball, I remember like the first episodes of Dragon Ball Super, like I remember people just dogpiling on the animation, the way that Goku looked. That infamous Goku Super Saiyan 3 versus Beerus scene and Dragon Ball Super is tragic. Now, the longer that Dragon Ball Super has like ran through, like its showtimes and everything like that, it's been looking better. Like whenever they got good fights coming up, or like good fights like a good fight is about to happen, or something like what's the word I'm looking for? Something that's gonna happen in the story that's gonna be hype. Whenever they have something like that happen, of course the animation style is gonna be upped for that certain episode, and then it's gonna drop way back down. You know what I mean? But here's my question: why doesn't, like, I feel like long-running anime now is such a, it's not bad, I guess you could say. Like, well, I guess it is bad because I know the motherfucker, bro. I know the long-running animes like One Piece. I know they're in that studio all the time, bro. That's tragic. But I feel like for like long-running animes, like they shouldn't, like, for especially something like for Dragon Ball, when Dragon Ball Super comes back, imagine if Dragon Ball Super was like a seasonal anime, or even like Naruto or something like that. Imagine if they reanimate Naruto and just started doing like every arc as a seasonal thing, and they removed the filler, kind of like our Naruto Kai or something, bro. Imagine if they took Naruto, they reanimated it, and they took out all the, because Naruto's like 41% filler, I think, like that, like OG Naruto or Naruto in a whole, like I think it's like 41% filler. So imagine if they took out all that filler, right? They reanimated everything to make it like more like super crazy, like looks wild, bro. Like everything looks like a movie, but they release every arc in parts as a seasonal type thing, just for the fans, as a going away thing when our Boruto ends or whatever, because I'm not watching that Boruto I'm not oh no, it's the Boruto fans trying to kill me, bro, for talking but Bruh, I'm not watching Boruto. I just feel like Dragon Ball GT was one thing, but Boruto, it's like, I don't know, bro. I just can't get into it, man. I just don't want to see Sasuke and Naruto. Like, this is, I know I'm jumping all over the place. This video was originally about just Dragon Ball itself, and how it made me mad to see Dragon Ball come back in that light, how it looked ugly as hell, and then you have Bleach come back and it looks crazy as stuff. But we're gonna jump right into something else. I hated how Naruto low-key, at the end of Naruto, they low-key ruined it, because Naruto was a cool anime when everybody, I think RDC talked about this, when everybody was on a even playing field. That's when Naruto was at its peak, bro. When other people started getting godly powers, like when they made Naruto and Sasuke OP, bro, that's when stuff started. That's kind of like I feel like the anime should have ended. Like the goal of this was, we're gonna end the anime at a high note where Naruto and Sasuke having the power to protect the ninja world and everything's gonna be peaceful and everything like that. But Naruto make that money, you know what I mean? So they were thinking of another way to like keep the story up. But it doesn't make no sense that these moons are coming down to Earth all of a sudden and just beating it up for no reason, bro. Like, I guess there is a reason, but why is Naruto and Sasuke so strong and all of a sudden Moon coming? They were so strong, bro. They had to throw aliens in that just to give us a challenge. Like, it doesn't make no sense. That's beside the point. This whole video is about me talking about why is it that Dragon Ball Super came back the way that it is and Bleach came back the way that it is. And the whole point of this video, because you're probably thinking like, why am I watching this right now? You're watching this because of me. Don't it look good? Whatever. But why is it that Naruto, or no, what am I talking about? Dragon Ball, like, you see, I lost my train of thought, bro. I lost my train of thought. Why is it that Dragon Ball came back and Bleach came back in two different lights? Now I've come to a conclusion. Use your common sense, you feel me? It's because one is seasonal and one is long running until they break the fingers of the people that are animating it. You feel me? They're breaking the fingers of the people that are animating it. So listen. Imagine if Dragon Ball Super came back as a seasonal anime. They did, what's the next mark? I think the moral arc is next in Dragon Ball Super, because they ended on, dang, it's been so long since I watched Dragon Ball Super, I forgot what arc. The Tournament of Power arc. So they ended on Tournament of Power. In between Tournament of Power, we basically have Broly, which I pray to God they do not reanimate for the anime, because we know it's gonna look like ass. There's nothing that could top that Broly animation. That Broly movie, there's nothing. Dragon Ball will never look like that in any other movie. Even Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Superhero, it's just not topping the animation style. It seems like they're trying to go for a cheaper but nice look, like 2D/3D look for Dragon Ball now, which I pray to God they do not fall through with that. Keep that joint 2D for its days, bro. I do not want to see no animation like Berserk or some shit in Dragon Ball. Stop it. But imagine if we get a Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Super Broly movie level of animation for like Dragon Ball seasons, you know what I mean? So like, imagine if like Dragon Ball, I don't even know like how long their chapters are, because I don't think that the moral arc is pretty long, but I don't think it's that long. I'm pretty sure they could fit all of like Dragon Ball arcs into like 12 episodes. I don't know if you could fit the moral arc in 12 episodes. That's probably impossible. I don't think so. I think the arc is too long to fit in 12 episodes. Maybe they could do like 24 episode seasons, you know what I mean? Enough to fit the whole arc into one season, because I don't think the moral arc is that long. I'm pretty sure like you could fit the whole thing in within like 12 or 24 episode season, you know what I mean? Something where you can get the animation up there and every episode looks high in quality, and we don't get no nonsense background T-pose type joints in the background, you know what I mean? Somewhere it just looks good all the time, you know what I mean? Because that Bleach anime, the way that it looked, Bleach has never looked that good. I'm like, Bleach looked good back in the day already, like when it first, like it had that old school 2D Hunter x Hunter style kind of look to it, you know what I mean? Fuzzy anime, hand drawn 2D look, you know what I mean? It still looked good, but it's like, well, I don't know, bro. I don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like the old style Dragon Ball, like, People would say that looks cheap these days, but it still look cool for the old days. Just seeing animation style, like the way, if you go back, a good example of like old Dragon Ball animation that some people would call it cheap, but in my opinion looks fire, is Goku versus Cell. If you look at the animation in Goku versus Cell, that's like peak Dragon Ball animation, bro. It looks crazy. It looks just fire. It looks fire. You know what I mean? It looks fire. And imagine that in nowadays, but you can't even do that nowadays because it takes too much time. It's not like ideal, and it would look like outdated as well. So like, I don't know. I just feel like, don't you think it would be good to get Dragon Ball Super seasonal and for it to look as good as Bleach? And that's the video. You know, I had nothing planned, but I rambled on for 10 minutes. And I hope you like it. If you want to see more videos like this, if you have topics you want me to talk about, put them down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit those bell notifications. Drop me a like. If you want to see more, I'm probably still going to edit this up to all hell. But if you want to see less editing and just hear my random thoughts here at the late night, because what time is it? It's 12:44, you feel me? It's 12:44. If you want to hear more of my late night thoughts, subscribe to the channel. I have nothing else to say besides make Dragon Ball Super seasonal. Whenever it comes back, 12 episodes, 24 episodes max. Get that full season in there, you know what I mean? And then like let it ride out, let it simmer for a little bit for people to go back and keep watching that for like 6 months to a year, and then next year release it. Or I feel like, you know, I'm predicting what's gonna happen with Dragon Ball. This is the end of the video, but I'm predicting on what I want to, not what I want to do, not what I want to see, but what I think is gonna happen with Dragon Ball is instead of making like Dragon Ball Super come back and they finish the anime, I feel like we're gonna get like a random Dragon Ball Super movie like every certain amount of years, you know what I mean? Because we have Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and then next, I don't think they can make anything in the continuity, in regular continuity. I don't think they can make anything after Dragon Ball Superhero without messing up Dragon Ball Z timeline. Because literally after that movie, I think there's only like a couple of months to a year before the end of Z. So after the end of Z, then they can really like mess around and like do certain things with the timeline, or they basically get more creative. Because I think what makes Dragon Ball Super uninteresting, or not uninteresting, like it's not uninteresting, it just doesn't feel like there's never a real threat at the end of Dragon Ball Super, or within Dragon Ball Super in general. You feel like there's never a real threat just because we've already seen the end of Z. We all know who's going to be alive, we all know who's going to be dead, we all know who's going to still be in the storyline at the end of Z. And with this being between the Buu arc and Z, it's like there's no real threat. We know nobody's gonna get clapped. There's probably gonna be some interesting fights. Some people are gonna probably get hurt really bad, but nobody's gonna die. And with them introducing like the Super Dragon Balls, and like every other damn planet now has a form of a Dragon Ball. They either got 2, 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Some planet got some Dragon Balls on them. So now you have the Super Dragon Balls. We have other Dragon Balls on different planets. We have the ones on Earth. We have the ones on Namek. Like, bruh, it seems like as long as a fucking planet can get a Namek on their hands, bro, they can get a pair. They could get them some Dragon Balls. Stop it. Rise the threat level in Dragon Ball. Decrease the amount of Dragon Balls. Rise the threat. Decrease the amount of Dragon Balls. There needs to be something that happens where they take care of every Dragon Ball pair in Dragon Ball Super. That way, there's an actual threat if somebody gets hurt. Because that way you're not going to be wished back to life, baby. You dead for good. But I'm done talking. You know what I mean? It's been 15 minutes. I've been rambling. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, hit those bell notifications. If you want to see more, tell me what you want to hear in the comment section below. Peace out and have a nice day.